Me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to run away, but not refuse to run. But
run away from this. Okay, cool. We got an idea. All right, yeah, so give me your overall thoughts.
Well, the apology was not like a bullshit apology. I can appreciate that. It was, she said, hey, I fucked up. I think that's what an apology should be like. Hey, I fucked up. Thank you for holding me accountable. The on the moment thing is really on the moment. I've never seen someone on the moment of being arrested and things happening and things escalating. There's a lot of adrenaline and everything, stuff being saying some stuff that made any kind of sense. On top of that, she was probably shown what they saw. Because when you act like that, you don't even realize you act like that. Some of the times it's so normal for you that you don't really see you need to see it from outside. And then you're shown the video. No, this is you. I didn't put your hands on you. So sometimes it's like the perfect check that you needed.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, you always hope that people learn from this kind of stuff.
100%.
But I think the reality is that there's a lot of people are born into this culture where they think that, like, you know, if a woman is violent, if she doesn't, like, because you guys know damn well, if a man did even half of what she did in the airport, how many people would have jumped in to help her? Nobody stopped her.
Oh, it would have been a whole thing.
It wasn't until they got close to security then they had to do something. But nobody even tried. And it just goes to speak to, like, how men, we can't retaliate because if we do, we're the wrong ones. We don't get defended because nobody cares. It's just interesting how that's the dynamic. And it's just good to have these little reminders that even for a public figure like her, you know, because like if it's this guy, he's going to lose endorsements. He's going to lose so much. If it's her, it's just like, yeah, it's bad. You know, don't do that next time. What?
I don't even think that if I saw a man like that, I would do something.
You think you wouldn't get involved?
They both can turn on me.
Oh.
Don't touch my girl like that. Wait a minute, bruh. I was just trying to help.
Sure, but if you saw a man whopping on a girl, you'd probably do something.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, and you're right.
Yeah. So that's it at the end of the day. But I agree with that. I think a lot of people, even me, probably I wouldn't intervene. Because I'm nigga, just smack the shit out of her and go to jail. Beat the shit out of her.
Girl turn.
If nigga turns her, like, let's say if a girl slaps him and then slaps the girl, like, I'm not gonna intervene.
No.
But I will participate.
Into what?
You ever play Street Fighter?
Yes.
You know the niggas in the back who always like, dun, 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 like you know, like I gotta put my input. I'd be like, oh, wow, sorry, like I gotta do something to just let her know she should have never struck first.
Put some spice on it.
Yeah, I'd assault.
Ooh, how does that feel?
Equality. When we think about this issue, I think beyond the actual harm, I'm not saying here like a woman pushing a man is incredibly harmful, but I do think that this, you know, most of this stuff, when it comes to this, is just a matter of like, what example are we setting for next generations? What example are we setting for society in terms of messaging? Because when you make this the standard to have like a physical violent impulse when you're very upset, we teach that to our kids. Why? Because young girls learn it from what they see in society. And that's the reality. So we don't want people to go with these because right here they're in public. And maybe that's why he's showing restraint. What if she was doing this in private and she was initiating violence? Oftentimes begets more violence. That's how you sometimes get a lot of DV. You get a lot of it because both of the people are very mutually unable to communicate with their words, so they go to physical violence. And I think that's the bigger harm. I don't think the man here was beaten in a way that's gonna scar him forever. I'm not dramatic. But I do think these instances and how they extrapolate to the rest of the world is what creates a lot of deviant mini situations. And that's not the only kind. There's some where just one partner's crazy and they want to beat up the other person because they can't control themselves. But oftentimes it is mutual. And that's important to mention.
As a series of escalation.
Yes. But anyways, anything else?
No. Shakari. I ain't shit.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and I know I've been talking about the internet the last couple months, right? How things are changing so rapidly. But you know, we're at a point where one of the largest communities on the internet, one of the OG internet communities, 4chan, is now suing a government, okay? They're actually involved in a lawsuit. So I don't want to jump into it too quickly, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to kind of start off in the broad sense. I don't want to make this video or these set of videos all about doom scrolling, okay? A quick TLDR of getting some level of privacy right now, right here, is if you need any VPN right now, a good VPN, go to something like Mulvad, okay? They've been raided by the feds, nothing has been found. If you want something even stronger, you don't want to microdose the internet privacy, go to the Tor browser, download it for your operating system, maybe even your phone, and get started, okay? Access online platforms like Dread so you can talk to people, and you can have a conversation with a human being without having a government read every single word that you're doing or prevent you from accessing the internet. So one of the lawsuits that I saw came out from 4chan and Lolcow, which would be the Kiwi Farm. So two websites on the internet that are known for being kind of the, I would say, the last bastions of anonymity, freedom in a way too, where you can make an account, say whatever is on your mind, even if what is on your mind generally isn't accepted by the terms of services for 99% of the internet, okay? The internet used to be a place where anonymity was kind of a thing. Now it seems like every government wants you to present a fucking valid driver's license ID to access video games, to access social media services, to access anything that could potentially be distressing to a child. Which, by the way, the government can freely define what is distressing to any child. And we have to figure out a way to fight back. Otherwise, this whole journey that we've had together, it changes worldwide. We literally will live in a new world order, okay? As crazy as some of the cyberpunk dystopia you've seen, this is the future. So of course, looking into this, they say in their lawsuit, the internet is a global system of communication between computer servers located in data centers around the world. So inside this lawsuit, they've said that the internet, despite its global reach, is acknowledged that it's an American innovation, which is true. The internet was produced by the United States first, and then it allowed us to connect to the world. So in a short term, okay, the internet is kind of like a set of technologies that allow computers to communicate with each other, servers to interact. And on an international level, there are agreements between internet service providers, tier 1 connectors, to be able to exchange a mass amount of information. So what started as an American invention turned into an international phenomenon. This is the first website ever made, info.kern.ch. You can go to this website right now. You can even browse it in a simulator. The internet came from very humble beginnings, but the internet was always a decentralized-ish platform where, again, it was just computers being able to talk to each other. Unfortunately, the internet requires us to sign up to internet service providers, and of course some of those internet service providers have agreements with each other to share data. It's decentralized in theory, but for most users it is unfortunately centralized. And the scary part of this is some governments can pressure the internet service provider to block access to certain internet sites. So what has been happening to 4chan, for anybody that doesn't know or they're not in the loop about it, I made a video about this, I would say probably a few days ago, but they were investigating 4chan, the message boards, and said that apparently they wanted to see if this 4chan board failed to comply with the obligations of the Online Safety Act. So, okay, basically 4chan was failing to comply with the bullshit law the UK people built up. And I want to also say, for me, this is a huge deal because even though I'm not a UK resident, I, being a Canadian, know that what's happening in one part of the world, and if it succeeds, could easily start happening in Canada, could easily start happening in the United States. Hell, there are states where, again, they have ID verification laws. So you have to be really careful, and you have to really look at the forest for the trees. This is a united effort. Not just one country is going through this. So one piece of misinformation I do want to correct is something that had shown up around the time of this launch. This banner never existed. From what it seems, the United Kingdom is still actually able to access 4chan. So according to 4chan, they're getting fined $20,000, okay, and then daily penalties afterwards. So here's the thing, if you're a small site, and 4chan's not a major site by any imagination, they're not Google, they're not YouTube, they're not Facebook, where they literally have it in the budgets for fining, okay? This is a site that this could absolutely cripple financially if this law keeps going. Now the thing is, 4chan has said that they're not going to even bother going. They're just like saying, fuck you. First off, we're an American company, okay? You can't do shit to us. And being the fact that 4chan doesn't have